Okay, my name is Jess Lane, and this video is over special solutions of linear equations because a linear equation can have three different types of solutions. It can either have no solution, it can either have infinite solutions, which means any number you plug in will work in that equation, or it can just have one solution. Those are your only three options. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of when an equation will have no solution, of when an equation will have one solution, or if when an equation will have infinite solutions. So in this equation, the result of the solving process is a false statement. So this is not a video of how to solve equations. If you need that video, you can ask me, or you can go and watch my videos on how to solve equations. This is just a video going over special solutions, okay? So we're gonna solve this equation. 24 plus 6p equals 3, and we're gonna solve it just like we learned how to solve equations, minus 3p, okay? This is simplified. We need to do distributive property over here. I'm going to just bring this down, 24 plus 6p. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 3p is 9p minus 3p. Okay, so this is just going to continue to come down. Again, this isn't a video of how to solve equations. You can watch that video if you want. 15 plus 9p 15 plus, and then we can simplify that. 9p minus 3p is 6p. Okay, and now we are going to get the variables on one side. So I'm going to subtract 6p from both sides. That would cancel out. That cancels out, giving me 0, which gives me a statement 24 is equal to 15. This gives me a false statement. This is what it means by when you are solving and you end up with a false statement, then your answer is going to be no solution. Okay, which means that any number I plug in for p will never make this equation equal. It can never be equal to each other the way it's set up. Okay, so no solution. Okay, another one is infinite solutions. So let's talk about infinite solutions. Infinite solutions is the result of the solving process is a true statement. So if we get a true statement at the end after doing our solving, let's see, 3z minus 7 equals 1/3 9z plus 12 minus 25. Okay, so we're going to do this. 3z, we're going to do distributive property, 3z minus 21. Again, if you need to know how to do this, then you can watch my video. 1/3 times 9z is 3z. And then 1/3 times 12 divided by 3, is 4. And then minus 25. Okay, so 3z minus 21 equals 3z plus 4 minus 25. I'm going to simplify over on the right side here with the 4 minus 25, which is minus 21. Now, if you notice that they're the exact same, you can actually just stop here. When you notice that this is the exact same as that side, it's always going to be infinite solutions, but let's continue to solve. So I'm going to subtract 3z from both sides because I need to move it over to one side, and those cancel out, and I'm given negative 21 is equal to negative 21. This is a true statement. Okay, so when I get a true statement, it's always going to be infinite solutions, which means that I can plug in 1 for z, 2 for z, 3/2 for z, 4.5 for z, any number, any real number, and it will make it true. Okay, now I'm going to do another one. So now we're going to do one solution. And so let's talk about that. So if we're solving and we get a false statement, it's a no solution. If we're solving and we get a true statement, it's an infinite solution. And if we're solving and we're just solving, and we get not a true, and we just get r equals something, then we know it has one solution, which means one number will just work anytime we plug in for r. So solving equations, 4 times r is 4r, 4 times 4 is 16, equals 2r minus 14. Subtract 2r from both sides. I am putting my variables on one side. That 4r minus 2r is 2r, plus 16 equals, just left with a negative 14 over here. We've got to subtract 16, we have negative 14 minus 16, and so that's a negative 30. These cancel each other out. 2r equals negative 30. Divide by 2, r is going to equal negative 15. We just simply get an answer, r is equal to negative 15. We don't get negative 3 is equal to negative 5, or negative 3 is equal to negative 3. So if we get this, we just know it's one solution. Only negative 15 works in this equation for r. Okay, so review. If we get a false statement like 4 equals 10, we know this is no solution after we do our solving. If we get a true statement like 4 equals 4, we know this is infinite. And then if we just get a statement like this, r equals negative 15, then we know it's one solution. Thank you for watching.